So it's the 80s right now. I'm born in 82. I'm living in Flagler.
You're in diapers
I
now.
was in diaper, highly at Flagler. I was here. My dad and mom had me in Brooklyn. They moved to Florida right away. So I was here in diapers. 80s were happening. The Cocaine Cowboys. It was that one woman they're making a movie on her life right now.
Griselda?
Yes, the godmother they call her.
Her son bought cars from me, Uber. I knew Uber and Griselda. That was the kind of clientele that we had. He
Talk
brought
to me about this guy. He just had a suit on.
no, very
Like
really small guy, very small in stature.
under the radar.
Yeah, under the radar, but of course would buy a Ferrari cash and had the gold watches and gold Rolexes, and I think he lived up in Turnberry.
Okay,
at the
Aventura.
time. Yeah, yeah,
You put two and two together, you're like, okay, two plus equals four.
yeah,
Cash money, young person.
yeah, exactly.
Yes,
It wasn't hard to figure out. No, probably not a good idea. But it was quite evident when you go to his parties.
Oh, you got invited.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how I met his mom, and his brother Ozzy.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go back to that time.
Yeah. Well, you had like Willie Falcon. Willie Falcon got arrested.
Okay.
And he said he would bring in 100 cigarette boats a week, and each boat was about $5 million. He said 90% of them would make it through. So when he got busted in like early 80s, he offered the government $2 billion in cash. There's no billionaires for a 17-year sentence, but they refused the money. But that back then he had at least $2 billion in cash to offer to get a lighter sentence. So that's the kind of money that was running around. I mean, just insane, just beyond belief.
Wow. So you walk into the party, the first party. You remember the first party you went?
I do, yeah.
Condo, house, mansion.
Condo, like a large penthouse.
Okay, it's open door, and you walk in, and there are trays of
Yes, trays of party favors
being rotated.
everywhere, big piles everywhere. Yeah, pretty crazy. Right?
Alcohol being served.
Anything you wanted.
Anything you want.
Anything. It was
Beautiful woman.
Yeah, no money was expended. I mean, there was no limit.
No
to
limit.
What they did. There was as high as you can get as far as that kind of party.
No pun intended. How old were you when you walked into this party?
Well, I started again. It was 18 years old.
18. 19.
But I would go to Turnberry. I'd go to all the clubs where all the drug dealers went because it was my business.
Sure.
That's what I sold them to. Like there was Faces in the Grove, Stringfellas, Cats, and you'd go into those bars or clubs. They'd have piles of drugs on the table with guys sitting with machine guns next to their bosses. I mean, it was like the OK Corral we used to call it. I mean,
literally, guys, like when you're talking, there's a guy bodyguard here with a gun.
Yeah, with guns on him for sure. With guns and drugs and just champagne and cocaine, pretty much is the idea behind it. Just a crazy time.
Were you scared? Were you nervous?
No, I knew all of them. I wasn't scared. I never.
19.
Yeah, well, I never did anything with them except sold them cards, so they liked me.
You didn't party with them.
No.
You don't want to mix the two.
No. I wasn't much of a partier.
No, you weren't.
No. I dabbled a little bit later, but it wasn't having an addictive personality, so it wasn't a good thing to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Put it that way. It's smarter not to.
I have my stories too.
Yeah, just like with alcohol, the same kind of thing.
Sure.
It's just you have to be
careful.
Yeah.
Mindful.
Moderation is the key.
Sure. Okay, so Cocaine Cowboys parties, young Bobby Brandt's going to them, hanging around with them, doing business with them, selling cars to them for the record.
That's correct.
Nothing else.
No.
Of course, what they do is that their business. How was she, the godmother?
Very offstandish. She was intimidating. Because she had a very serious face all the time. I mean, they said she killed like 300 people.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not the kind of person you want to talk to. Then you could get afraid. That's a good time to be scared.
Wow.
She didn't like you. She'd kill you for looking at her wrong. Apparently, so it was intimidating.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.